Master.
Hi everyone, Master here with a brief review of the Anvil Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is a heavily armed dropship from Anvil, designed for both troops and vehicles, plus it can also carry a little cargo. It has heavy armor, shields, and plenty of weapons to keep the ship and crew safe. The Valkyrie is 46.5 meters long, 35 meters wide, and 12 meters high. It's a medium ship but takes up a bit of space. There is a large cargo ramp in the back for vehicles, infantry, or cargo, plus 2 side doors for troops to jump out from. It's designed for a crew of up to 5 members. The cockpit has 1 seat for a single pilot and has good visibility. There are quite a few MFDs in easy reach as well. There are basic living quarters on the second floor of the ship with beds, a tiny kitchen, and a combination toilet and shower, although they are exposed to the outside if someone opens the rear ramp, since there aren't any walls separating the living area from the rest of the ship. Down below you also have 20 jump seats for infantry, as well as gun racks for them too. They are protected in the middle of the ship, so the troops should survive better than anyone else. The Valkyrie can hold 30 SCU of cargo in the cargo hold in the rear of the ship, so it's useful for both cargo and carrying vehicles and crew. That's pretty rare for most dropships. There is also cruise stowage of 8000K micro SCU, which means that you can store a significant amount of equipment in the ship, very useful for storing weapons and armor for the crew and passengers. You can carry ground vehicles as large as an Ursa Rover or Lynx, as well as any vehicles that are smaller. You can fit the Drake Mule, the Greycat Rock, Tumble Cyclone, the Greycat STV and PTV, as well as all hover vehicles such as the Dragonfly, Nox, Hover Quad, and others. You can also fit 1 or 2 Mirai Furies on the ship if you need fighter protection, although it is a tight squeeze, so make sure you don't damage the ship when entering or exiting. Other snub ships don't fit in very well in the Valkyrie though, mostly because the door is too small for them. The only things you can't fit are vehicles like the Nova Tank and vehicles like the Ballista, for example. They are too big to fit inside. The ship has 2 size 2 military C-class shield generators, which is decent for a ship that size. It also has heavy armor and a hull, much more than either equivalent dropships like the Cutlass Steel or Asperia Prowler. Valkyrie has 4 size 1 hydrogen fuel tanks, 1 size 1 quantum fuel tank, and a size 1 quantum drive. That's nearly 3 times the hydrogen fuel of a Cutlass, and even still more than a Corsair, so it can do plenty of maneuvering in space before running out of fuel. Quantum fuel is about average for a medium ship though. For weaponry, the Valkyrie has a pilot-controlled nose turret with dual size 2 laser repeaters. The turret is fixed, but you can place other size 2 guns on it if needed. There are also 2 large man turrets on top and bottom of the ship with dual size 3 laser repeaters. The ship also has 2 remote wing guns with single size 3 laser repeaters too. You can access the remote gun controls from 2 seats behind the pilot seat. You can't change any of the gun sizes, but you can switch them out with same size guns. Finally, there are 2 size 1 door guns on the side doors that players can control by hand, and they are ballistic weapons. They are useful for taking out any infantry or small vehicles that get in the way. There are no missiles on the Valkyrie, and that's the one main drawback on the ship. It has no long-range weaponry or ways to clear out the space or terrain in front of the ship aside from the guns. The Valkyrie goes for $375 in time-limited sales, normally only during Anvil sales such as Invictus or IAE. You can also buy it in-game at Area 18 for 4.5 million UEC. The Valkyrie is not currently rentable in-game yet. The Valkyrie does have a special limited edition version called the Liberator. It had a special bronze paint scheme and was only sold during the CitizenCon 2948 event. You can no longer buy it now except from the gray market. The regular Valkyrie comes with a default gray paint scheme, but you can get other paints for it too. There was the Best in Show 2950 paint, which is only available during the IAE 2950 event, so you can no longer get it. There is a Teal and Gray Foundation Festival, which you can get during the yearly Foundation Festival event if you help players out. In the online store, you can buy the light gray paint, the sage green paint, and the green camouflage splinter paint. All of these paints look pretty good on the Valkyrie. So, the Valkyrie is a pretty good dropship. It's tough and it can drop a decent landing party safely to the target. The lack of missiles to saturate the landing zone is a slight issue, but if you have all turrets manned, you might be safe enough. Just watch out for anti-aircraft fire. A ballista can easily take down a Valkyrie if you're not careful. The Valkyrie is also not very fast or maneuverable, so even though it has plenty of guns and armor, fighters can still take them down, especially medium or heavy fighters. Make sure all your turrets are manned, as enemy ships can get in the blind spots of the pilot. Also make sure to have ship escorts when flying in dangerous space. Be careful if the rear or side doors are damaged. They can open up and expose the interior to damage too, such as ground vehicles or cargo. Plus, if CIG doesn't place a barrier in the back, anyone in the living quarters without a suit could die from exposure if any of the doors break open. The Valkyrie is useful for orgs for various purposes. There's of course military or bounty hunting uses. You can easily overwhelm targets with a Valkyrie full of 20 troops and combat vehicles. You can carry smaller anti-aircraft vehicles to protect sites like the Tumbril Cyclone AA or the MT that have missiles. Pirates can also use it for capturing locations or ships. There are no docking ports, but you can EVA easily enough in space. Racing orcs can carry racing vehicles to racetracks, since the long range of the ship is good for carrying racing ships with small fuel tanks. Mining orcs can load up a few rocks to mine ground locations, plus a swarm of players with hand mining tools for caves. Exploration or salvage-minded orcs can carry rovers and other vehicles suited for searching extended areas, such as the STV or hover vehicles. Plus you can carry any cargo you find back with you. So the Valkyrie is a very multi-purpose ship. I enjoyed flying the Valkyrie, and I can see a ton of uses for it for different situations. It also compares favorably against other dropships with decent size and extra armor and shields. The cost is reasonable for a ship with a ton of uses, and you can even buy it in-game. I also really like the look of the ship. It reminds me a lot of the dropship from the Aliens movie, so that's an extra bonus. You can tell CIG worked a lot to make sure it matched the Anvil ship style. The other paints make it look even better, so check out the ship next time it goes on sale. Alright, so that's the Anvil Valkyrie review. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You can use my referral code if you decide to jump into Star Citizen, and you'll get 5,000 extra in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. I have a Patreon going for $3 a month. All patrons will have their names listed at the end of my videos and get access to our Patreon Discord channel. Patrons also have the first pick on the next item I will cover, so feel free to sign up and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay, catch you all next time.